Your automations fail for a stupid reason. Not because Home Assistant is broken, not because your logic is wrong, but because your automation reacts too fast. A motion sensor flips, a device goes unavailable for a second, presence drops for a moment, and suddenly everything triggers when it shouldn't. Lights turn off while you're still in the room, notifications fire when nothing actually happened, and until now, fixing this was really messy. But this update finally fixes it properly. We'll be starting in a couple of seconds. This is not a full Home Assistant release video or overview. I'm not going to list every new feature. Instead, I'm focusing on what actually matters in real setups. The things that fix real problems, the things you will actually feel day to day. Because most updates add features, but only a few make your smart home behave even better. And this one, the May release, actually does so. So let's start with the biggest real-world improvement in 2026.5 release of Home Assistant. For a while conditions. This sounds small, but it's huge, because before this, if you wanted to say only trigger if something stays on for 2 minutes, you had to hack it. You added delays, you created helper conditions or entities, you chained conditions together. And it worked until it didn't. This was fragile, hard to debug, and often unpredictable. Now this is native. You can directly define that a state must remain stable for a period of time before triggering. And that changes how you build automations. Take a simple example. Motion sensor controlling lights. Before, motion detected turns light on, motion cleared turns them off. But in reality, sensors are noisy. They flip quickly. You move slightly, it drops, then it comes back. And lights start flickering, like a disco. So people start adding delays. 5 seconds, 10 seconds, maybe even more. And suddenly your automation becomes slow and unresponsive. Now for a while, you don't delay the action, you filter the signal. You simply say motion must be off for 2 minutes or 3 before lights turn off. And that's it. No hacks, no side effects, just correct behavior. Another example is presence detection. You are walking around your property, GPS signal drops for a moment, Wi-Fi disconnects briefly, and Home Assistant thinks you left. Lights turn off, alarm arms, automations fire, not because something actually happened, but because your system reacted to a temporary glitch. Now you can say only consider me away if I've been away for a while. And instantly the system becomes stable. Not smarter, just more reliable. And this is the key shift. Before we were reacting to events. Now we are reacting to confirmed states. This reduces noise. It removes randomness and it makes your automations feel consistent. And honestly, consistency is what makes smart home feel real good. Next improvement, and this one is underrated. Maintenance dashboard. If you have more than a handful of devices, you already know the problem. Batteries, devices go offline, sensors stop reporting, and suddenly something breaks. And you do not know why. An automation fails, a trigger doesn't fire, and you start debugging logic, when the real problem is just dead battery. Now you have a single place where you can see device health, battery levels, and issues. A lot of issues in my case. And this is one of those features that doesn't look exciting until your setup grows. Then it becomes essential. I've had cases where the door sensor stopped working, automation didn't trigger, everything looked fine in the UI, but the sensor just wasn't reporting anymore. Without visibility, you assume that automation is broken. With maintenance view, you immediately see the problem, and that is the battery. And that saves you time and of course frustration. Next we have security dashboard improvements. Now you get a proper activity log. And this is a big step towards visibility. Before this you had events, but not an easy way to follow what actually happened. Now you can see the sequences, you can see the context, and if you watched my previous CM video, you already know how important that is. This is not a full security system, but it moves Home Assistant closer to something that actually gives you insight into your smart home. Now, this one I can't fully demo yet, but it's probably the most interesting long-term feature. Radio frequency support combined with ESPHome serial proxy. And this opens something completely different, because now you're not limited to modern smart devices. You can start integrating older hardware. RF remotes, legacy systems, devices that were never meant to be smart. And this is where things get interesting, because smart home is not just about buying new devices, it's about integrating what you already have. And then we have smaller improvements, better tiles for media players, weather forecast tiles, all including features, for example, daily forecast or hourly forecast. These are all things that you can now customize. Cleaner dashboards, easier control, nothing revolutionary, but useful. And one thing I personally like, improvements to the code editor. Better autocomplete, better YAML handling, fewer stupid mistakes, which honestly matters more than most people think. And this is something I keep seeing. People chase features, new integrations, new devices, new UI. But the real improvements are always in stability, in visibility, in control. Not flashy features, but things that make your system behave properly. Because at the end of the day, you don't want more features, you want fewer problems. And that's why I like this release. Not because it adds something crazy, but because it fixes real problems. Automations behave better, system is easier to maintain, you get more visibility. Something I've been nagging for the last 6 months. And that's what actually matters, because a smart home is not about features, it's about things working consistently. And if you've ever had an automation fail for no obvious reason, this update is probably going to fix it. And now it's your time. I really want to hear what's your favorite thing in this May release. And also, while you're already there, check that you're subscribed and also hit that bell button so you get notified on the future video updates and releases. Also, don't forget to like the video. And as always, I must say thanks to all those wonderful people that are supporting me and that have become YouTube channel members. Thank you all for all of your support. But let's not forget each and every one of you who has watched, shared, liked or commented on my videos. Thank you. If you too want to support the channel, you can do so by clicking the join button down below and becoming a YouTube channel member for only €2 or $2 per month. Or you can go to my merchandise store and grab something there. Last but not least, as always, you can send me super thanks and I will be super thankful for that. I'll be seeing you next time. Until then, bye bye and don't forget to hit the update button.